Shit, yo, bro, where's my water, bro? It's mad hot. I got a great area, so I'm just gonna drink through it. Ladies and gentlemen, JT Sanders here, and welcome back to another segment we like to call The Commentary. So, this has made huge headlines over the past few hours, but in case you guys didn't know, Marvel and Sony has came into terms with the big franchise Spider-Man, and the results more than bittersweet. Essentially, Disney lost their rights to Spider-Man, in which Sony gains full control of the franchise. So meaning that there will be no longer any more Spider-Man movies, especially with the likes of Tom Holland being the main character of Spider-Man. This has pissed off a lot of people, only because, well, it is not really fair because Sony tends to own everything and they tend to mess up a lot of their franchises, as quoted by my friend. One of them being X-Men. I feel like a lot of people believe that Sony kind of ruined X-Men, and now they're going to be on their way in ruining Spider-Man. In terms of like the future, we will never know in terms of what Sony might put up for the future, but in terms of Marvel owning Spider-Man, that is officially done. He's no longer in the MCU. But let me just get the full rundown as to what the hell is happening. So essentially, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige won't be producing any further Spider-Man films because of an inability by Disney and Sony Pictures to reach new terms that will be giving the former a co-financing stake going forward. So essentially, it is over a money dispute. They're trying to figure out who will gather more earnings in terms of like the film's success and revenue from the box office and like from the other merchandising. So essentially, according to the article, it is easy to understand why both sides refuse to give ground, and Disney asked that future Spider-Man films be a 50-50 co-financing arrangement between the studios, and that were discussions that this might extend other films in the Spider-Man universe. And in response to this, Sony has turned down that offer completely. They're like, well, I want to make other arrangements, but Disney being Disney, they're like, no, but like, I don't want to do all that, bro. I'm assuming that Sony has kind of wants to get most revenue while Disney picks up the scraps. We don't know. I feel like Disney sort of like offered to buy like Sony as a whole, instead of just like trying to make arrangements and trying to make accommodations, because of like Disney's like kind of like decisions to like not really keep Spider-Man and have Sony themselves own the franchise. I feel like that kind of like put a detriment into Disney's decision and like the Disney company. But I feel like both companies kind of like try to like really figure this whole thing out, and I try to see like what is the biggest risk and putting up said offer or whatever offer each company tries to bring out. But all in all, Disney really wasn't interested in continuing the terms where Marvel receives in the range of 5% of first dollar gross, according to the sources. I feel like Sony and Disney has been going on this like debate back and forth financial debate for so long. It honestly just like ultimately Disney was like, bro, just throw the whole franchise away, bro. I don't want this shit. But I feel that both Sony and Disney and like Marvel kind of was just like really disappointed in Disney's decision. Like they're all was like, bro, like they worked for like I feel like they've worked for so long, and for Disney to just like give up the Spider-Man franchise for that like that for so long, it kind of like just it was kind of sad because like they like done I feel like they've done such a good job trying to appeal to a certain audience. And I feel that like as a Marvel as like the Marvel franchise as a whole, like Disney has done a really good job and portraying a lot of comic book characters to heart, and like they try to really hard trying to earn as much revenue as possible in order to continue the next film. And this is like there's like so much little things that's happening that's had to happen for like the past like 2-3 weeks, with Sony and Disney being like one of the like the biggest like producers out there, one of the biggest film companies out there. They're pretty much like they pretty much went hand pretty much like go together hand in hand like peanut butter and jelly when it comes to this kind of stuff. And it worked out, and we feel like as an audience, like we kind of saw this coming low key, but we kind of feel that it was like, well, maybe we can just hold on just a little bit longer, just a little bit longer, in hopes to come to like an agreement in terms of their like financial situation, and it always didn't work out, which kind of fucking sucks. And like the Hollywood producers who were producing a lot of like the Marvel Cinematic Universe film, MCU films such as Black Panther, Avengers Endgame, hell, even that feminist movie that happened a year ago that somehow was a big success, but no one really cared about the main character. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, bro. What the fuck? The lady. Oh yeah, Captain Marvel. I'm really disappointed on Disney's decision. You know, like I really, it really sucks. It really hurts to see that there will be no more Spider-Man movies. Like I'm kind of upset about that. I know a whole ton of you guys are pissed off about this, but you know, it's their decision, and I really hope that sometime in the future that Sony will probably pick up on a franchise. Like we don't really know what they will do in the future. Like we don't know if we're gonna just throw the whole film away, throw the whole franchise away, or just reboot the whole series again. Like again, no, like these producers, like they I feel like they know what they're doing, but at the same time, when it comes down to things, when shit hits the fan, when you trip on that pebble, when you just start tumbling down that hill, bro, it's like you can only go so far before you fucking kill yourself, bro. We don't know, but that is all I have for today. Like, I mean, like, what do you guys think about the whole situation? Like, obviously, like, you guys are pretty pissed off, but I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Do you guys think is a good idea that Disney sold all the rights to Disney? Wow, I said Disney again. Like, do you guys think that it's a good idea that Disney sold all the rights to Sony, or do you believe that Disney totally fucked up and you think that Disney should have done a different approach, such as buying Sony and owning Sony and the rights to Spider-Man? If you guys have any other thoughts, in the other comments, please let me know in the comment section below. If I don't make any sense of what I'm talking about, also let me know in the comment section below. So if you guys like this video, please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. JT Sanders, I don't know about. Oh, why the fuck is my? Is it mirrors my contrast? Why is my contrast so fucking white? What the fuck? Yo, I look like a fucking gray nigga. Yo, this is how blind niggas see? When they're going blind? It's a big yikes. Oh my god. Oh.